and they will not listen. They will not going to listen to me, and that's why I check their tasks before the lesson. But during the lesson, I organize only speaking classes. That's why I make a joke sometimes, most times. That's why they really like my lessons and join my online lessons very fun, because they say that teacher, you make a lot of fun. That's why we love your lessons. Make fun and joyful. Don't be so sad or strict because it's online lesson. You must be relaxed while teaching. Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for Mrs. Salala. Maybe we can still focus on the first question. And Dr. Esti, maybe you have some tips how to make the students to be active and high motivation during the online learning in English, especially how to maybe speak more.
Okay. Okay. Can you hear? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So this is according to me as a teacher and lecturer English for around 10 years. But the situation 3 years, we got a pandemic COVID-19, so we should teaching learning process online. The first thing that should be have is classroom management. So in this case, we don't have a class like before, but we can make classroom management like make a video simulation that we are in the classroom. So the student think we are in the classroom, so we have a disciplinary, we have a motivation, and then we have interaction like normally, like a lecture and students. We don't think that we cannot meet each other like online situation. We can talk like a human being like normally. So don't do like that to the students. So just imagine that we are still in the classroom. We still have discipline more, and we should be fun, and also we should have motivation. And I think the students should be have idol. Idol is more important thing to them. If they have an idol, they try to become like his or her idol. For example, like an artist or maybe an educated person, the idol. And then they can learn from the idol also. But in this case, we can see that the lecturer is his or her idol. So it's why we are like somebody that the students like it, somebody that the students love it. It doesn't mean that I always say to my students, you should like English first, you should love English first. Otherwise, it doesn't work everything that I told to him or to her. So if they feeling they have a good sense for that, if she or he can love English, automatically they want to learn English more and more, and never give up, because this is not our mother tongue language. So this is the second language. So that is normally if he or she make a mistake in this case when they want to speak something. So I always remind my students to do that. Don't be shy, don't be scary. We are still human beings. We are still make a mistake. Nobody is perfect. So you just say everything that you want to say. And I just give him or her like the way how to do that and how to do this. And I will say, okay, this is a wrong way, and I will fix it about the pronunciation, about everything that he or she should have for this case. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's nice idea that we make like a live the online to how to live, and I mean like yeah, usually they are mostly interesting. We can use the idol, maybe some artists or some influencer that we can attract them to talk more. about this. And also from the Mrs. Salala, like decreasing the demand is also for the reading during the online, maybe it's can helpful. And we will move
And I
to
see
maybe
Akbar's question. Akbar has written a question.
yeah.
Akbar, if you let me, I'm going to answer this question. Akbar, we have also problems in our country because this English is a second language in our country too. And students don't learn easily in English because the problem is from the schools. Because schools demand tests at the end of the year and the end of the term. They give a test if they want to enter the university. And unfortunately, they don't give speaking tests. They only give writing and reading, and they add also listening. But in the secondary school, they don't learn reading, listening, or speaking. They learn nothing, I can say. And they come to private classes. For example, I'm a private teacher. They come to me 2 years, only 2 years, 10th or 11th grade. Over here, it's 11 grades. Students study 11 grades, 11 years. In the 10th and 11th grades, they come to me to learn English for passing exam. And I don't know how to start to teach because they don't have English skills. I began from beginner, and if I began from beginner, they don't have time to learn more because in the 10th grade and 11th grade they have to pass exam. That's why most of them don't learn professionally. They just prepare exams. That's why I think it will be it will be better. But if the education of Minister of Education can change it from school, from first class, they have to teach students from the first class, not the 10th or 9th class. It's difficult for some students because some students don't have any talents to learn English. Some have talent, some have. If you teach them, they learn easily. But some don't have. That's why I see problems at schools because teachers are not professional. They don't motivate students. Sometimes they have a lot of writing, something that the director gives them to write. They don't have time to teach. Busy for teaching. Over here, I think it's like that, but I don't know what is in Indonesian education system. I think it is the same. If they organize education like in other countries, like in France or Germany, or like in another countries, in developed countries, students can learn any languages easily. But unfortunately, in such countries like Indonesia or Azerbaijan, they don't, or they cannot organize the education very well. That's why it's a big problem in everywhere. It's not just your problem. Thank you so much.
And Mrs. Salala, connect to the questions. One person asks about from the Akbar. In Indonesia, people think it's weird, like to talk about English. How about in Azerbaijan? Is how people, the society to how to see the people who talk in English? Is it like usual thing or?
Yeah, in Azerbaijan people can learn languages very well because some years ago, for example, 20 years ago, all people in Azerbaijan speak in Russian language. Russian was our first language. That's why all the people can speak Russian very well. Even I can speak Russian very well. And that's why we are good at learning languages. our children good at learning languages, and nobody don't say that your English is good or bad, you speak badly. Actually, most students don't learn languages while they are studying at secondary school, but after they are graduated from school, they think that they have to learn English because at university they need English. After graduating from university, if they don't know English or Russian, they will not find any job. That's why they are obliged to learn English. And at university, we have a lot of universities that give education in English. That's why it is a good point. Students learn at the university, and I think most university students can speak in English. Also, in the secondary school, they don't speak because of demotivated teachers. I guess they like that, or I don't say any other things.
Thank you, Mr.
Okay. Yeah, actually, yeah. Oh, Akbar already answered, and this is maybe related to the question from Nibra Hussein, and I will maybe try to summarize for both of you. Like they asking about how to handle the poor speaking skill, poor vocabulary, and poor interesting to learn to speak English, how to handle like that. And the last thing, if the student lack of confidence, how to make them confidence to speak English. Maybe we can start from Mrs. Salala first.
I think we have to love students. For example, I love all my students. Every time I meet them with love, and that's why they love me and they learn English. And they first love their teachers. If they love their teachers, they will learn English. And it's my experience, and I say thanks to God that I gained a lot of success with giving them love. Because if you love your students, they will love you and they will do their best for you and for themselves.
Yeah. So it's psychologically, it's important.
Yeah. You have to influence. You have to influence them. Okay.
Yes,
and you have to do it best because no other way.
Okay. Yeah, maybe Dr. Esti want to add some tips?
How to handle the student not confident, right? This is one problem of my visit also. So I try he or she can interact with his friend, because normally when they talk with his friend, they're more comfortable, they're not afraid, and they look fun. And I try to make a dialect, simple dialect to them, and then I bring them in the real situation. For example, I'm going to the cafeteria, and someone of them to become a buyer, and then others to become seller, and then they can talk each other. For example, hi, how are you? And then how much is it? And then others can answer it. This is around maybe 25,000 rupiah. So I want to buy 2 or 3, like a simple conversation or dialect like this. They try to kill off the not confidence. They solve with simple conversation, dialogue, and then with his or her friends. We can say to the students that is normally we start with easy English, not difficult English, with easy vocabulary, and then they try to use it, try to